Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Allow me to introduce myself and Pak Suryana here, though I believe that Pak actually need no introductions. My name is Rizky Adiaksa. I am a master's student of political science here in Triple IU. And thank you very much. First and foremost, I would like to say thank you very much to every one of you here for attending a routinely held event hosted by the Yusuf Kala Library. This is a routinely held event. If I'm not mistaken, it would be once a month. And this event, a book forum, we invited distinguished scholars in their field to discuss the recent published books, of course, because this is a book forum. And today we have a very special guest, and we're going to discuss his recently public book. It's a co-author work, and I would like to read out I believe his short version of curriculum vitae, but still pretty long. So allow me to introduce Pak Suryana. Dr. Suryana is a political science lecturer here at the Faculty of Social Sciences, Triple IU. Currently, he also serves as a visiting fellow at Isyas Yusof Ishak Institute, Singapore. Previously, he taught at the School of Government and Public Policy, Indonesia from 2019 to 2020, and Swiss German University, Indonesia for 10 years, 2009 to 2019. He also worked as a consultant for USAID, and Shirts for Common Ground, I believe, and the Indonesian Ministry of Bureaucracy and Administrative Reform, and then the Jakarta provincial government between 2018 and 2020. He also worked as a journalist with the Jakarta Post between 1998 and 2011, and then Dr. Suryana is the author of, I think, quite a number of publications. And I think a must read, if you are really interested in the study of state and religion, that would be The State and Religious Violence in Indonesia, Minority Faiths and Vigilantism, published by Rolich in 2020. His works have also appeared in international journals. Some of his work were published by Studies in Conflict and Terrorism, Asian Studies Review, and Southeast Asia Research. He completed his Ph.D. degree at the School of Culture, History and Language, Australian National University in 2018. He obtained a Master Diploma in Public Policy from NU as well, and Bachelor Diploma in Political Science from the Faculty of Social and Political Science, UGM, Universitas Gajah Mada, Yogyakarta. And I think also important, I am one of his students in one of his class, even though we're sitting side by side. Actually, this semester I'm very dependent on Pak Ans. I hope I do good work. All right, so the title of our discussion today is a book entitled Prospects and Challenges in Promoting Humanitarian Islam, Nahdlatul Ulama's International Social Partnerships. I will not, it's a book, but I would say it's a pretty thin book, but still, even though it's thin, it's pretty dense, and it contains a lot of useful information, right? I will not spill what's inside the book, but I will tell you this before we begin. If you are interested in social movement, you gotta read this book. If you're interested in transnational movement, even better, you have to read this book. If you're interested in religious transnational movement, this is a must, and you cannot miss this book. Okay, so without further ado, Pak An, I will hand over the mic to you, please.
Okay, thank you, Rizky, for your generous introductions, and then thank you, everyone, for attending our event. So basically, there is a debate whether this type of academic work is called as a book, or some people call it as a monograph. And many would like to say that this is a monograph because this is a too thin for a book, but this is too probably quite long for a commentary. So, and this is good that at ISIS we have imposed quite strict peer review processes. So this is a peer review work. It has been reviewed by 2 experts in the field, and thanks that finally we passed this review process, and then it was edited as well by editor at ISIS. And I jointly wrote this monograph. Saralo is a research officer at Malaysia Studies Program at ISIS. So basically, she approached me after I concluded my presentation at ISIS. As a ISIS visiting fellow, I came to ISIS twice a year, in which I present my finding. And then after the seminar organized some time last year, Saralo approached me, and then she said, "Pak An, would you like to write an article with me?" And then I said yes, because I know that she just completed his master's. I'm not aware whether it is in the United States or in England. And then her topic of thesis is closely related to Nahdlatul Ulama. So then we jointly wrote this trends article. So basically, the topic that we are writing is prospect and challenges in promoting humanitarian Islam, Nahdlatul Ulama, international social partnership. So basically, as indicated in the title, this monograph is about prospect and challenges in promoting humanitarian Islam by Nahdlatul Ulama. I think that this is an important topic because NU is largest Muslim organizations in Indonesia. It has a large network domestically and internationally. So as we have seen that many NU figures have been important national figures, have become political and social elites, and also it has a vast network of organizations overseas. We have seen that NU students establish NU organizations overseas in variety of universities across the world. And also, most importantly, NU role has been becoming more important and noticed by the state as well. And as you remember, in 2019, it was very instrumental in ensuring the victory of President Joko Widodo. Had NU members not voted for Joko Widodo in 2019, Joko Widodo would not have been able to overcome, to defeat Prabowo Subianto. And actually, it has been very close, and until today, you have seen also a good number of NU leaders have been appointed by Prabowo Subianto, Saifullah Yusuf, Nusron Wahid. And I think that due to closeness of NU and the state, it can leverage on state resources to maximize its interests, especially in promoting humanitarian Islam. And we have seen already that the state really helped NU secure international event Religion 20. It was a satellite of event, G20 event organized last year. And then without help by the state, it would not have been able to secure its important role in organizing that R20 event. Now, and the question that we are going to ask is, has it been able to live up to people's expectations in promoting humanitarian Islam? to answer that questions, I need to clarify the concept of humanitarian Islam first. And actually, this concept refers to NU efforts to promote interfaith peace, promote peaceful coexistence among people of different faiths. And actually, this is not new in Nahdlatul Ulama, because since the beginning, it was founded in response to an international event. So if you remember, in 1925, 1924, Saudi dynasty in Saudi Arabia took over power in Saudi Arabia, and then they vigorously promoted Wahhabism. And then as a result of the vigorous efforts in promoting Wahhabism, people of different faiths in Islam, they left Saudi Arabia. They returning to their own countries on the fear of persecutions by Saudi Arabia regime. And then at the time, some people who follow Islamic streams of traditionalism in Indonesia, and who was not founded at the time yet, but those people who believe that Islam needs to be mixed with local cultures, and Islam need to be blending with local cultures to be received peacefully by people in Indonesia. They are afraid that their practices are considered as illegal innovations or bid'ah. And then they asked, and then they created a kind of a committee. They came to Saudi Arabia to persuade the ruler of Saudi Arabia to accept people who wish to conduct pilgrimage in Saudi Arabia. And that was how NU founded. And the internationalizations of NU did not come to an end. In 1965, for example, NU organized Asia Africa Islamic Conference. This is an attempt by NU to galvanize support to support the well-being of post-colonial countries across the world, to spur the awakening of Islam. And also Abdurrahman Wahid recently also continued NU internationalization's effort in 1994. For example, he established and chaired the World Conference on Religions and Peace. And subsequent leaders of Nahdlatul Ulama also continued efforts by their predecessors, including Hashim Mushadi, established the International Conference of Islamic Scholars in 2004, Said Aqil Siroj established International Summit of Moderate Islamic Leaders in 2016, and the last effort by NU is being promoted by Yahya Staquf, who was appointed as NU chairman in 2021. So this is interesting because Yahya Staquf used to serve as quote-unquote foreign minister under Said Aqil Siroj, and then he was quite active before he was appointed as NU chairman to forge a partnership of between NU and international organizations outside Indonesia. So actually, to sum up for these sections, the humanitarian Islam concept is not new, and then it has been promoted by previous leadership within NU, and then it is clearly part of soft diplomacy being initiated by NU to promote peaceful world. So now this article argues that owing to the broad catch-all nature of humanitarian Islam concept, the humanitarian Islam concept faces several challenges. It has lack of clarity, and only a select few leaders understand this concept. And also it indulges in fancy and idealism. And the third, the decentralized natures of NU and its partners hinders the disseminations of the visions across partner organizations. And now, before we spell out the details about my argument, we talk about first the implementations of humanitarian Islam. So as I mentioned before, Yahya Staquf used to serve as NU Secretary for International and Political affairs. So basically, this is unofficial foreign minister under Said Aqil Siroj, and he was quite active in establishing social partnership between NU and other international organizations across the world. And he continued this effort after he took over NU chairmanship in 2021, and we identified that there were three big events that he helped organize. The first one is NU partnership with the Imam Warith Din Muhammad community in the US. It is quite a big organization. It was a kind of descendants of the nations of Islam, and it has a good number of followers, a good number of mosques across the US, and actually it shares a similar belief on the indigenizations of religions with NU. So basically, we call it pribumisasi Islam in Indonesia, and we believe that the NU believe that it is good to practice mixed form of Islam, moderate form of Islam, so that Islam can be accepted by local community. And then basically Imam Warith community also has shared vision with NU in regard to this matter. And also NU organized international forum Religion 20, as I said before. It was sideline of event, G20 event, and it is quite prominent event because NU was able to assemble 300 religious leaders across the world, and during that event, NU and the leaders from variety of religion across the world discuss steps on how to promote peace. And also NU has been conducting assistance as well to peace building process in Afghanistan, and it began during the era of President Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono. At the time, Indonesia had problem in reopening embassy in Afghanistan, but then Indonesia deployed or ordered or like asked one of NU elites who happened to be key officials at State Intelligence Agency. I forgot his name, but he deployed some NU students to forge cooperation and partnership with approach some religious leaders in Afghanistan, either with Taliban or other religious leaders in Afghanistan. And then the networking, the contact was very fruitful, because then all those NU students in which they are network of Nahdlatul Ulama, they were able to persuade Taliban regime in 2007 to release some Korean hostages. So basically, and also NU also leverage on this good ties with Taliban and also other religious figures in Afghanistan to promote peace in Afghanistan. Now, challenges to humanitarian Islam visions promoted by NU. We found out that actually humanitarian Islam concept lacks of clarity. Like my partner in writing, Saralo, met with several key leaders of Ansor, and then when she asked questions, what do you understand about humanitarian Islam? Even they are confused on what is meant with humanitarian Islam, although the first concept of or the term of humanitarian Islam was mentioned during Ansor Congress in 2017, and some other mistook the concept as disaster relief. Well, actually it has no relations, or it is far related from disaster relief, while it is actually effort by NU to promote peaceful coexistence among people of different faith in the world. And also some scholars, including our own Shafiq Hashim and also Zezen, they criticize humanitarian Islam vision as to indulge in fancy and idealistic vision. And they are also being criticized for not being down to earth. For example, NU leader were criticized recently when they were not involved in people protest in Wadas, in which they protested the establishment of a cement factory, and then some people were evicted uh, the uh, from the scene where the cement factory was established, and also there are environmental problems with the establishment of this factory in Wadas, and NU leaders were saying nothing about it, and then it was criticized by the scholars Shafiq Qasim and also Zazen. And also another problem with humanitarian Islam, the challenges is the decentralized nature of Nahdlatul Ulama and Imam Waridin community. When Saralo came to United States to do in-depth interviews with some members of Imam Waridin community in the US, they are not aware about Nahdlatul Ulama and its concept humanitarian Islam, although Nahdlatul Ulama leaders already met and produced memorandum of understanding in the US in 2021. So it shows that actually the NU needs to vigorously campaign on the humanitarian Islam concept, not only to its own community but also to its partners overseas. So to conclude, the concept of humanitarian Islam has been successful in creating social partnership. So we have seen that they have been able to organize Religion 20, they have been able to promote peace building in Afghanistan, and also to forge social partnership with Imam Waridin community and etc. But we recommend that NU need to be more clear. It needs to promote clarity in explaining humanitarian Islam term, not only to people within Nahdlatul Ulama but also people who are the followers of international organizations that have been becoming partners of NU. So I think I need to conclude my presentations, and I look forward to having your questions. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Pak Aan. Let's see if there are any. All right. So we reached the end of the presentations, right? Before I open, the Q&A session to the floor, I think there's one thing that it would be very interesting if we can extend the notion deeper, but in a quite dense manner. So I'm really interested in the concept of humanitarian Islam. But to be honest, I myself is not it's not my topic of interest. A lot of people, I see some faces who can pose more quality questions and discussions, but here's my layman understanding. Whenever you add an adjective to the word Islam, some people can respond that rather hostile, if you like. That's my impression. And how would NU leaders sort of anticipate those hostile potentials? And I think when it comes to the internationalization, so we sort of exporting values, right? Exporting unique Islamic values to the world. My question is, why now, right? If you look at the history of the world, I think the crisis was in the rear view. You look at the WTO happened in 2001. Islamic State of Iraq and Syria declared themselves in 2014. And on the other hand, it seems to me it takes a few years for NU to really respond to the world crisis, right? So is it a timely response? Well, so I think those two things.
Okay, thank you. This is very hard for NU leaders to convince international community that Islam has good connotations, because due to the problem in 2001 during the terrorist attack in New York, and then Islam has not been live up to people's expectations in the name of I mean, like, it has generated bad name among Islam across the world, including within Western leaders. But actually, NU has already started to work together with other religious leaders in Indonesia to promote better image of Islam. So after 2001 terrorist attacks in New York, it worked together with Indonesia Foreign Affairs and other religious leaders of Indonesia to ensure to actually promote Islam in Indonesia, which is different with Islam practice in Middle East. So Islam in Indonesia tend to promote moderate Islam, while Islam in Middle East, according to some NU leaders, they are not promoting moderate Islam. So this is the message that has been capitalized by NU leaders and also other religious leaders in Indonesia to change Western perceptions about Islam. And then I think over time, due to vigorous efforts, due to the promotions of narratives that Islam is compatible to democracy, Islam has friendly face, and etc., that Indonesia is different with Islam practice in Middle East. I think that it has gotten support from international community as well, and Indonesia, especially Nahdlatul Ulama leaders, they have been able to promote partnership, and actually the organizations of Religious 20 was actually evidence that Indonesia has been trusted by international community to promote friendly face of Islam. And the second question is whether this humanitarian Islam is timely, and probably this is going to be more timely, I should acknowledge, if this concept was promoted after 2001, after the, but probably this is just because personally I believe that Yahya Staquf has been people who is very interested in international affairs. He would like to engage more in international affairs, and then probably he thought that humanitarian Islam, due to NU vast resources, need to be promoted to promote friendly face of Indonesia Islam across the world. And then actually probably he would also like to for NU to contribute to the materializations of peace in the world, because the world is also still mired with conflict, Ukraine and also Palestine and Israel conflict, and some other conflict in Africa. And then NU would like to contribute to the materializations of peace among people of different faiths.
And individually, it was really interesting. Maybe Kiai Yahya's title as an unofficial foreign minister of Indonesia also contribute to the internationalizations of this humanitarian Islam, probably.
And also, we still need to check with people with NU, but when you become a chairman, that you need to have vision, and probably you think that this is a vision that is going to be rightful to be done by NU in the time being.
Right, thank you very much, Pak. That was the first main course, everyone. Now I would like to guide you move to the second main course, which is the Q&A sessions from the floor. So I think I will open up 2 to 3 questions. All right, Mas Izul and gentlemen back there, and maybe from the ladies. I hope lady with blue hijab. All right, Mas Izul.
Thank you, Mas Rizky. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Congratulations on your book publication. I hope that it can give us some insight regarding NU and other religious organizations in Indonesia in promoting humanitarian Islam in international sphere. What I want to respond or ask is about the institutionalism or the socialism of values of humanitarian Islam in the grassroots of NU. Because as you said before, it is one of the challenge that it is only been recognized only at the elite level, even on select leaders. Not all leaders then recognize or understand this vision, because what we see in the grassroots level, still some of the sayap of or wing organization of NU still do like dissolvement of pengajian for other religious sect. For example, for Salafi, they still do that in some places. I think if they understand the humanitarian Islam, it can be treated more humanly. I mean, like discussion and etc. rather than doing violence and etc. Do you also recognize this matter or problem in your books, or I think it can be a good prospect for the future publication, that not only to the international but also to the insider of the NU grassroots mass itself. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your questions. As far as we know, some NU leaders have described the concept, have spelled out the details of the concept among NU community, but it is still within the circle of elites. I mean, like if you look at NU online, I think that some NU leaders, especially Yahya Staquf himself, have explained about his vision about humanitarian Islam. But I think that first, before he does explain further about humanitarian Islam, he needs to promote clarity first, and then it needs to relate with many NU followers, because many NU followers are still grappling with how to afford their lives, how to afford their children educations and etc. They are struggling with their life, and then many of them do not see how these concepts can contribute to promote their well-being. And this is the challenge that Yahya Staquf and the leaders of NU need to solve. And then actually in the book we have also suggested that first it promotes clarity, and then the second, it needs to expand the explanations of humanitarian Islam in very plain explanations, in very plain concept to people in the grassroots, for example, in the organizations of Halaqah or Kaul, etc., large religious event in which many NU followers from different background, they attend that event and then explain this event and relate this event with their livelihood. And then I think that if they can do it, it can help convince NU followers that the vision is going to relate with them.
The gentleman over there, would you please? Right. Would you please state your name and?
Halo.
Right.
Halo, selamat sore. Saya mau bertanya satu aja.
Right.
Bagaimanakah ASEAN, kerjasama ASEAN dengan Nahdlatul Ulama itu seperti apa? Apakah pendekatannya kerjasama politik atau kerjasama budaya? Itu aja.
Right. So, do you find any meaningful relationship or cooperation between NU and ASEAN?
As far as I know, I haven't seen NU has been forging partnership with ASEAN. Probably in personal capacity, some people of NU, they have participated in ASEAN events or contributed to cause of ASEAN. But institutional wise, I have not seen any real cooperations between NU and ASEAN. Probably there are some, but I haven't seen. Thank you.
All right, thank you. We have two ladies on the line. First of all, the right lady on the front line. Thank you.
Thank you very much. My name is Sonia. I am a student here at IIIU. Congratulations, Pak Aan, for the book. I believe it will be an important reference on the topic. You have criticized the lack of clarity in the concept of humanitarian Islam. However, working closely in this research, engaging with various NU leaders, if you can give us some description or conclusion what is humanitarian Islam that is being practiced by NU. Yeah, thank you, Pak.
So yeah, basically this is a kind of soft diplomacy. NU would like to contribute to world community to foster peace, and then one of the efforts that can be done by NU is to build social partnership first with organizations in other countries that also promote similar vision, and that's why Yahya Staquf organized international events on Religious 20, and he went to United States to forge partnership and have written memorandum of understanding with some organizations, including Imam Walidin community. So that is basically the vision that has been promoted by Yahya Staquf. But again, this is actually not down to earth because people cannot still see how does this vision relate with their livelihood. It is not related with their well-being, daily well-being. Some people are still struggling with meeting daily necessity, and people are still struggling on how to overcome with with their children's educations and etc. So again, and to be honest, I don't know how to make it more relate. I think that this is the task by leaders of Nahdlatul Ulama to make it more relate with the livelihood of NU followers.
All right, thank you very much, Pa. I think we move to the second wave of Q&A. I saw one lady in the third row, and please, if after, please.
Okay. Okay, Pak Aan, thank you so much, and congratulations with your book for the first time. And also, this is interesting for me. This is also one of my topic in my journal. Also, I try to write about that, and this can be one of my resource to write on it. Thank you so much. And then one of that make me interest is about the term, also about the others. Maybe you can explain more about the term Islam in humanitarian itself. So we often know about putting Islam term in every aspect. In here, we believe that there is a Rahmah or maybe Islam thing that put in humanitarian concept. So it is when we try to put Islam aspect in something in other concept, is it only about putting Islam term, or maybe give it or maybe can you give the clarification about the Islam of humanitarian? What is the urgency of Islam humanitarian when we compare it to the humanitarian that we know about the real concept itself? I think.
Okay, thank you. So thank you for the questions. To be honest, I'm people of political scientists, so I'm not with Islamic studies. As far as I understand, I've seen also literature about humanitarian Islam, and then Pak Jason I think also wrote about humanitarian Islam. So this is closer to humanitarian Islam relating with disaster relief. I think that we have seen that we have got Mercy, which has contributed into sending food, establishing hospital in Gaza, and also even FBI contributed to Islamic Defenders Front. It was contributing vigorously to providing assistance during the tsunami in Aceh. That was part of humanitarian Islam. But I think in this concept, it is quite different. What is meant with humanitarian Islam in this concept is to promote peaceful coexistence among people of different faith, to show that Islam is manifestations of love, compassion, to promote friendly face of Islam. So basically, this is a degeneration of, I mean, like the translations or spelling out the details of Islam Nusantara, quite still closely related to Islam Nusantara. I mean, like people need to promote and respect differences in religion, and people do not show hatred. People need to promote social cooperations, because during a peaceful time we can do productive activities, while conflict can result into destructions in social fabric, in social well-being, and etc. So basically it focuses on promoting that kind of definitions of Islam, that is to promote peaceful coexistence among people of different faiths.
Right, thank you, Baan. All right, so the Q&A session is still open. Is there anyone who wants to ask question or state their opinion? Anyone? All right. While you guys thinking, maybe I would like to ask some more. I think I would like to ask you about the consequence, not so much the consequence, probably the potential of this international or transnational movement. So you could say that this is, Nahdlatul Ulama pioneered this kind of global movement. And what is the potential? Do you think other transnational movement, especially religious movement, will follow the footsteps of Nahdlatul Ulama? Maybe its closest competitor, Muhammadiyah, will go international as well, or maybe other international organizations. What do you think about that?
This is a very hard effort to be done by Nahdlatul Ulama, because I mean, like, it needs to convince international community in regard to creating concept. And so far, it has been able to promote narrative, but when it comes into really persuading state leaders to promote peace, and then it has been facing with huge challenges. And I can say it was quite successful in organizing Religious 20, because it can assemble 300 people, religious leaders across the world. But then when Nahdlatul Ulama also would like for Religious 20 to be conducted again next year during 2024 Religious 20 event in India, it was not successful. The host did not approve for this event to be conducted. Well, actually, NU, Nahdlatul Ulama, who was the founder of the event, would like that kind of event to continue. So this is just a sign that it has been facing great challenges. And then also in the next year G20, I think that it is not going to continue this event. So I think that the NU has been facing very big challenges about it. And then to be successful, I think that first I need to clarify and then to persuade people that this concept is going to be useful in contributing to the materializations of peaceful coexistence among different people of different religions, and also it needs help from the state, because the state has so much resources to help this cause. And so far, it seems that Prabowo has different priorities. So I'm not very convinced that this initiative is going to thrive in the future.
Okay, thank you very much. And probably if there's anyone, I think the audience can't wait to have a close reading to the book, Pak. So it's time for us to close the discussion. Thank you very much. Probably if you're still here, you can have an informal session, so to speak. On behalf of the library, I think I would like to say thank you very much for the for any one of you who come here and liven up our discussion this afternoon. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, everybody. Yeah.